Hey!
Hi!
Welcome to the
Unapologetic
Unapologetic
Duo!
Duo! So this is our first episode.
Yay!
We're so excited. So we're just going to kind of tell you a quick story about
Who
how
we
we
are.
know each other and what our relationship is to each other, I guess.
Yeah, I'm
So-
Susan.
I'm Michelle. And explain to them, how we know each other.
So I am married to
My very handsome son.
Michelle's son.
Yep.
And funny story time.
Right? It's actually a pretty funny story. He was in the Navy.
He was in the Navy.
Because we're originally from California. And so he got transferred to Chicago for his boot camp.
I grew up in Jamaica and I went to Chicago for college. I used to go to the club a lot in college. They have a club for 18 and over. So at the time,
Oh,
I
gosh.
was only...
You guys were that young?
Yeah, I graduated college when I was 21. So I missed out on all the fun. But yeah, so this club allows 18 and over people. So I used to go there a lot. But the funny thing is, my friends and I actually were going to go to homecoming that year. I've never been to a homecoming.
Oh, because you didn't really go to a high school out here. They didn't have that. Okay.
So I've never been to homecoming up to this day.
Right.
I bought my dress for homecoming and everything, and we were so excited. You know, it was Madagascar, or no, what am I saying?
Oh, like Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras.
Okay. Good enough. Close enough, right?
Yeah, so it was that theme for homecoming, and I was so excited. You know, my friends were telling me it's super fun because, you know, you get to wear these cute eye masks and
Yeah, people get
stuff.
creative with that stuff.
Yeah,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
And
That's like the best part of your costume is the mask.
Okay.
Like, you spend so much time decorating that, and then I think people forget the rest of, what they're wearing. But what's cool about that Mardi Gras type of thing is because, you could decorate the mask, crazy, and then go with, a really simple dress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of fun.
Yeah, so I still have that dress because it was non-refundable.
Oh, jeez.
I bought it at Windsor.
Wait, have I ever seen it?
Windsor. I don't know. I'll have to show you.
I don't even know this story.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this homecoming story. I'm waiting for the other story, which is even funnier.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know you didn't know about
No.
this. How many years have we known each other?
It seems like forever, but yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know about this story. Okay, so go on, tell, because now I need to know.
So yeah, we were so excited for homecoming. I was super excited. I was a junior at the time in college, and I bought my dress that weekend. The homecoming was the following weekend, but we had to wait to purchase the ticket because one of my friends had to go home for her dress, and we didn't want to buy our ticket without her,
Right.
you know? So we waited for her, and when she got back, the tickets were sold out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's how you ended up at the club then?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the tickets...
So you guys would have maybe never had met, because, that's where you met him, right? That's what we're leading up to. You would have never met then if you had gone to that.
The homecoming.
That's so crazy. But you didn't wear that to the club.
No.
Because I'm sorry,
no.
but I have her outfit that she wore to the club, because I'm like, when you guys have kids, especially a daughter, I'm going to be like, you see this crop top of a skirt that your mom wore? Yeah, it's hiding.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the tickets were completely sold out. We were so sad and disappointed. And, so whatever. We went to the homecoming game, the because the tickets were sold out from
The
that.
dance, but not the game.
Yeah, so the
Right.
tickets were sold out from the previous weekend. And then, so homecoming weekend was, the coming up weekend.
Gotcha.
And we went to the homecoming game. And I was just so sad. After the homecoming game, I went into my dorm room and we didn't really have plans for anything. I'm just sitting at my computer and
Mhm.
I'm like, I'm really bummed. I
Right.
want to do something. I don't want to just sit here on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
So I just messaged my friend. I'm like, hey, do you want to go clubbing? And she was like, yeah, I'm down. Let's go. So we got dressed up and the song by Rihanna came on. It's called We Found Love in a Hopeless Place.
Well,
I don't know if you know that song.
yes, because that was played at the
But-
wedding.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was one of your songs that were there.
But anyways, that song came on and I said to my roommate, I'm like, oh, this is an interesting song. I really like it. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder where that hopeless place is.
Oh, gosh.
So, yeah, so then,
That's a whole other story, peoples.
off we went to the club. And this was in Chicago, so it was freezing on an October night.
Yeah, it's cold.
It was so cold. And there is always a line to get into this club. Always. So we were outside waiting. And I see this guy coming out of a cab. And I just kind of said to my friend, hey, he's so cute, right?
I think he's cute.
Yeah, I was like, he's so cute. Whatever. That was it, kind of. I think they were behind us. I can't remember. Behind or in front of us, either way, whatever. But you don't really see people that you see outside when
Yeah.
you get in the club.
True, because there's so many people.
There's so many people
Yeah.
and it's dark
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's true.
you can't really recognize faces
Mhm.
so we went in the club and did our thing, dancing, and
So did he come up to you, or did you go up to him?
no, I'm always like in the corner. I like to be by a wall.
She's very shy, but yeah.
Yeah,
You kind of pulled her out of her shell a little bit.
I've changed a lot, I
Yes.
feel like.
Oh, yes, tremendously. Not in a
Yeah.
bad way at all, but Yeah.
I've grown a lot
Yes.
out of my shell.
Yes.
So I like to be by a wall or table or whatever because I don't like when guys just come up behind you without asking your permission to dance with you.
Gotcha.
So I was just there by myself and I saw him. He was right in front of me.
What?
I was like, oh my God, that's the same guy I saw outside.
Wow.
And he was just shuffling,
So
remember?
my son loves to dance.
Yeah.
So, and he's really good.
Yeah, so, shuffling was like a big thing back
It was.
then.
Yes.
I don't think it's as popular now, but
she doesn't dance very good though.
but
At all.
yeah, so he was shuffling and I'm like, why is he like by himself? What is he doing? Why is he like just shuffling? And in my mind, I'm like, maybe he has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's why he's not dancing with anyone. So, but no, he came up next to me and I was like, okay, he was just there next to me and I'm like waiting.
And he didn't say anything right away?
No.
Oh my gosh, so weird.
Yeah, he just was next to me and then like maybe like a couple minutes later he kind of touched me. He
Okay.
touched me and he asked me if I wanted to dance with him.
Oh.
Then I said yes.
So you guys danced, and then
Of
but
course.
so we have to get to like the
And then we danced. He had to leave because he came with his friends, and in the military they have to
curfew,
go back together, the buddy system.
right? Because it's still a boot camp, so
So yeah, so he had to leave, and his phone was dead.
always. Oh my gosh, how long have you guys been married?
5 years coming up.
Phone dies all the time, doesn't return calls, and he's lost how many phones?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
a lot.
Can't keep track.
Yeah,
pretty sad. Brand new ones too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'd be the person to be sitting next to, because if you need a new phone, he'll probably leave it behind. But so tell the story, my favorite story anyways, about like what he told you. Like, how your guys, like, he didn't really want you to know he was in the military, right? At that time you didn't know.
No, I was very I suspected it even from the minute he came out of the cab, because a regular college student usually drives,
right,
or have friends that drives. They don't just come out of a cab. And I've been to that club multiple times to know what a military guy looks like. So I
and he
was
had a pretty
always
fresh cut then.
Yeah. I was always suspicious of that. But anyway, so he, we've been texting each other back and forth for about a week, and I finally asked him, hey, can I add you on Facebook? Then he got really hesitant. He didn't want me to add him. He, it was just weird. I was like, he said, if you can find me, then you can add me. At this point, I didn't even remember what he looked like.
Oh, lovely. Are you serious?
Yeah.
You thought he was super cute, but you couldn't remember what he looked like?
I did not remember what he looked like. And my friend that went with me, she's like, I remember exactly what he looked like. So if I saw his Facebook, I'll know it's him. So I'm like, okay, great. So, we went Facebook investigating, and it was so much fun because I enjoy doing that.
So if you ever, need that assistance on searching up your boyfriend, definitely
give us a call.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so it was he sounded like he was hiding something, and he just finally gave in. Well, actually, we found him on Facebook.
Okay.
We found him, and I said, we found you. Like, I was super excited, and I said, yeah, I found you, blah, blah, blah. I sent you a friend request. Are you going to accept my request? And he called me on the phone right away. So, it was really weird. I'm like, maybe he has a girlfriend. Maybe he has a criminal record. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anything, right? He's hiding something.
Right. Well, what made you think he was hiding something? Just because he didn't, accept your friend request, or?
Well, that, and he's just so, hesitant about things.
Yeah. And he still is to this day. He's trust issues. Well, not with you, but, just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so, he called me on the phone. I picked up, and he told me the truth. But before that, when we used to, that week when we were messaging each other, I found it odd that, he was only texting at certain hours, and he wasn't very responsive. Right. And, I was...
Because a college student, which is what he told you he was, right?
Mm-hmm. He told me he's a college student, and then after college, he had to work a night shift.
Yes. And he used his stepdad's hotel name, which right, was.
And then he said he lived with his stepdad's brother. Right?
His brother does live there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so then I looked up everything. I looked at looked up the name of the hotel and looked up the college he said he went to, and they were pretty close to each other.
Wow.
And so I believed it. I was like, oh, okay,
but still,
that
part of
makes
you is
sense.
hesitant a little bit, though.
Yeah, I was still hesitant. Like, what is he hiding, you know? So then he finally got on the phone and said, well, I'm actually in the military. I'm not a college student. I don't live with my stepdad's brother. And so he just told me that he's in the military, and if that's not something that, or someone that I want to be in a relationship with, or I want to continue, you know, talking to,
Right.
then we can just forget about each other and delete each other out of our lives.
So did you take time to think about that, or did you like, oh no, it's fine? Or were you like bothered with him like telling a fib at first?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a white lie, but it was still kind of a lie. You know what
so
I
it's
mean?
hard to like. Yeah, I mean, I know that. I think part of the reason why he did it was like he said that a lot of girls go to those clubs looking for military men, and he just didn't want to be like targeted that way. So.
Yeah, but then he also told me that a lot of times when he tells people that he's in the military, they back out right away. So it's hard to find a girl that way too. Where if you tell them right away, they're like, I'm not interested.
I wonder why.
Or they give you the wrong number. Because not everyone like that lifestyle, you know? It's not around. Easy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what we're doing here in Washington.
So...
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. So we were on the phone for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and I got off the phone with him, and you know, I was talking to my friend about it, how he lied and stuff, but they were telling me that it's a white lie. It wasn't, you know, it doesn't affect me, like it's not something that's hurting me or anyone.
Yeah.
So they were telling me I should give him a chance, and he's such a nice guy. Or, I mean, they haven't met him yet at that point, but they, you know, from what I've been telling them. So anyways, we finally decided to meet up, and I asked if I could invite my friends. And he said...
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
That's a good move. I mean, because you still, at this point, don't really know him that well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've only met once at the club.
Yeah.
So. But anyways, I mean, I felt safer having my friends with me. Especially meeting up with a guy that I met at the club for the first time.
And that told a white lie.
Exactly. Right. So, I mean, if any of you girls out there that's experiencing this, I highly recommend, like, you bringing your friends.
Yeah, the buddy system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
always do your homework. Kind of like, I mean, if you're interested anyways, obviously if you leave the club and you're like, oh, well, whatever, I'm not ever going to talk to him again. But if you are interested, to pay attention to details, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're interested. It's interesting, though, that, like, you guys looked him up. And, I don't know, it's so weird because, like, you really weren't supposed to be there that night.
No, I know.
And that's so weird to me. And then just, a lot of times when you meet somebody at the club, you don't always connect again. You know what I mean? So that's really cool. That's really cool. Because I remember him telling me that he met somebody, but he was super vague.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't like super clear about it yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
Because there's times where I would try to get a hold of him and he wasn't answering me. So I used to always threaten him. I'd be like, okay, if you're not going to answer my text messages, I am calling your captain.
Wow.
Because he made me nervous. I mean, you know, he left, at 19?
Mm.
And he's like all the way in Chicago, and it's scary. You know? But I know he's pretty responsible, so I don't have to worry too much. But still.
Except for that night.
The night that he missed the train?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So that was, okay, so that
Which
was
doesn't
actually,
surprise me.
That was the night we met up for the first time after the club. So, you know, after we hung out with my friends, we went to dinner, we hang around Chicago. we decided to take the last train home, both of us. And we were back at the college, and my friends were like, "Hey, Susan, did Alex ever make it back home?" And I said, "I haven't heard from him,
Well, I haven't either, okay? We'll just put that out there.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him. I was texting him, I was calling him, he wasn't picking up, and I started to worry. I'm like, I hope this guy's okay. If anything happened, then I would feel really, really bad.
So he fell asleep, though, on the train,
Yes.
right? So, funny story, guys, is that this kid, the second any vehicle's moving and he's not driving, he's out like a light. Instantly.
Yeah,
he falls
even
asleep.
up
He
to
can fall
this
asleep.
day.
Yes. I mean, he can fall asleep anywhere, pretty
Yeah.
much, because he's always tired, but I don't know. Anyway, so does not surprise me that he like fell asleep on the train. But how scary is that?
It
Like
was
he missed
scary.
his stop, and then he said he had to he
Walk.
told me about the story, but days later, because he knew I would have been so mad and start lecturing him. But so he ended up having to like walk back in the dark, right?
Mhm. It was the last train of the night, which was like at midnight.
Yeah.
So he missed his stop. He went 2 stops
Uh-huh.
further, and he finally called me at like 3 a.m. And I was like, "Where are you?" He said,
You
"I
were
missed
up?
my stop."
Were you up?
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
was
gosh.
up
Of
waiting.
course, you wouldn't be. Yeah.
And he said, "I missed my stop. I am right now walking back to base." And I said, "Oh my gosh, do you even know the way? Isn't it dark?" He's like, "I'm just walking on the train tracks, following the tracks."
Oh my gosh.
I was so worried, and
That is scary.
that's scary.
It is.
Yeah.
So fast forward quickly to so you guys dated and everything, and then I don't even remember clearly. So he finished boot camp and was coming home, and you finished school. Like, how did you end up? I don't remember how you ended up in my home.
Yeah, so he got transferred back to San Diego.
He got to choose because he like graduated at the top of his class, right?
Yeah.
And he got to choose, where he wanted to go, which I honestly, personally was surprised that he chose home. I really thought he would take up the opportunity to go to China, or not Japan, sorry. And he didn't, so,
He told me that too. He said that his number 1 choice was Japan.
Yeah.
But because we met, he changed to be closer.
Really? He didn't tell me that. That's so sweet.
Yeah. Aww. I mean, how he asked me out was so sweet too.
How did he ask you out?
He took me to it was called Sears Tower, but I think now it's called the Willis Tower in Chicago.
Okay.
It's the tallest building there. He took me up there, and he asked me to be his girlfriend.
Aww.
It was super sweet.
That is so sweet.
He is so sweet.
He can be a little shit though sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But aren't all men?
Yeah, I think he got comfortable now.
We're not comfortable at all, right? I mean, obviously. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No. But so then he came home, and then I remember him asking if you could come stay with us. And I was totally fine with it, but I'm a really relaxed, chill person, so I'm kind of just go with the moment type situation. I don't sit back and go, okay, well, what if this, what if that? It's just like, yeah, okay, well, we'll figure it out. And you came.
Yeah, so when I graduated from college, I moved to San Diego.
Yeah.
I took the train with my cousin.
Wasn't the train fun though?
Yeah, it was crazy.
When he graduated for boot camp, our family took the train to Chicago. It was so much fun. It really was. And my youngest son, who's 11 now, he at the time was I don't know, 2, which is a horrible age to take on the train. But he was so well behaved. It was insane. People were in shock how well behaved he was. But then too, I packed brand new toys and new things. And so every half hour to an hour, I was pulling out something new. It was really cool. But that was a fun experience. So
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. But we totally, like, in another episode have to get into, like, you coming and staying in our house and stuff like
Oh
that.
gosh,
And then
yes.
the whole job searching thing, because I feel like that's going to help so many people. Because there's a lot of people out there that struggle, you know, going to college, getting their degree.
Mm.
And then it's like, your brakes stop and, okay, I need a job. And then it's hard to find, right?
Yeah.
But it was so much fun having you there. I mean, it wasn't even that hard. Like, I feel like right away we just kind of clicked, you know?
I think even from the first time we met, you know, was during New Year's. I think I went to
Yes.
to stay with you guys. We were playing the Nerf gun fight.
Wait, do you have that picture that Alex sent me of you? Do you have that picture of the picture that he sent you, or he sent to me, of you with your hair over? Do you have that? We're gonna have to show that to you. Yes, and you look like the girl from
I
Ring.
probably have it still.
He sends me this picture, like literally, of her. Well, he sent me a picture of the two of you together, which was so cute. I still have that picture, and I have it developed at home. Remember, it was in a frame.
The one on the train?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
and I love that picture. So young, and it's such a great, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, you were so young, but
Now
he's-
we're old? You're
Well,
saying I'm old?
I'm old. Yes, and still, by the way, guys, no kids.
Yeah.
No, not yet. But anyways, yeah, he sent me this picture when you guys were still up there of you in your room with this white shirt on, and then your hair, because her hair is like really
It's
long, but
the-
back then it was longer.
Yeah.
I feel like it was longer, and it was like creped over her head, literally.
I can do
And-
it here.
It's so scary. Yeah, you're gonna like crawl into the screen. Our YouTube watchers are gonna be like, ah! So no, it was so creepy. Like her hair's over, and she's just like, and I was like, oh my
Because
god.
I have the double joint
Yes.
too.
Oh, it was. We're gonna have to at the beginning of the next one. We'll have to just quickly like, hey guys, remember our first episode? You know, it's scary. I was like, he's bringing home a girl that looks like the Ring. It's like, is she gonna like? I'm gonna be coughing up hair in the middle of. Oh, but by the way, guys, you know, yeah, I pretty much cough up her hair.
It's
Her
everywhere.
hair falls out all the time, and so when I'm at their house and I shower. I'll be getting out of the shower and I'm like drying off with the towel. And then I'm like, oh, you showered with me today. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, your fucking hair is all over my body. And she's like, how's that possible? I'm like, oh, I don't know. You shed like your dog. So therefore it's everywhere. But anyways, yeah, losing track. But
Yeah.
yeah, but anyways, that was a great picture that he sent me. I was a little creeped out, but it was still a great picture. And it was fun having you there. It was really fun. So anyways, but and we just have so much to share of our lives.
Oh
'cause
yeah.
we have a lot of stuff, and her life I feel like is so much more interesting than mine. I don't know why, because I guess maybe because the culture difference, you know,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I feel like, yeah, so that's kind of cool. But I want to ask you a couple questions. Like, I mean, have you ever heard of like speed dating?
Yes.
So would you ever do it?
Good question.
I know.
Don't know.
So I like did some research because I figured this is kind of fun. It's kind of related sort of to like what we're talking about. And, you know, speed dating was invented by a rabbi in Los
Oh.
Angeles. Yeah, like around
Okay.
around 1999, which I feel like.
Wait, do rabbis date?
Well, so the whole reason for it, it's based off of a Jewish tradition. And the reason why they were doing it was to like chaperone and then like find their other halves, I guess, basically. So I don't know. I found that was kind of interesting.
That
And
is
then
interesting.
yeah, and then the other thing that I think is super interesting is like, get this. So the surveys have been done. 31% of men said that they dumped overweight partners compared to 12% of the women, which I could see that. Like, I think us women, more of the women are okay with men being overweight versus I feel like men being okay with women being overweight. Does that seem?
Why is that?
I don't know.
That's strange.
I mean, my husband's heavier, but I'm heavy. I'm not super thin, but like, you know, he's like a teddy bear. I don't know. It's just, but anyways, I thought that was interesting too. And another thing that I found really interesting, kind of cool is that, so women that post their pictures on their dating sites
Mm-hmm.
versus women that don't. So those women that do post their pictures obviously get more attention than the ones that don't.
Right.
Because then people are probably like, oh, what are you hiding? And then But get this, men that post no pictures but post how much they make get
Hmm.
way more attention than if they like they don't even have to post a picture. If they like put their, what their income is on there. I mean, gold diggers or something, right? Like I feel like, and I thought that was interesting. And then people are always saying, oh, like so we have a friend, a mutual friend, right? That won't really go on a dating website, right? Because she's like, scared of meeting crazy serial killers,
Mm.
but statistically doesn't really, it's not like a big deal. The percentage is super low. But what you will find on a dating website, or people anyways, is very interesting. You will run into like scammers and catfishing.
Oh gosh, I can
Big
see
time.
that.
So I have a really dear friend. Bless her heart, she's not with us anymore, but she used to go, and she's older, much older than I am, and like in her 60s, I think, at the time that she was doing it. And she went on dating websites, and she just wanted to find her soulmate, really, because
Mhm.
it's hard. The older you get, like, what are you gonna do? Go to a bar? Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, where we used to live in California, there was a great bar in downtown Temecula and Old Town that
Okay.
like older
older?
groups. Well, I don't know if it is for older, but I feel like it just people they kind of made it their older, like I don't know, the type of music I feel like just attracted older crowds.
Okay.
So that was kind of cool because my husband and I, we've gone there a couple times and we're like, oh, this is cool music, but we still need to go somewhere where it's a younger crowd, but because we're like not that old yet. But anyways, so yeah, so she was talking to a couple men, and they would be talking to each other like all night long, like all the time. I mean, constantly. And it got to the point where like he would say to her, he's from another country, is what, like, one of the guys said. He was from another country, and he said, I'm gonna come out there, and I have a home out in California, and so we can move in together, and I'm gonna help you out, and all this kind of stuff. And then he would tell
Wow.
her, my vehicle's broken, and he had like this big construction company, and that's why he's in that other country doing that. And so he would tell her, I can't go, anywhere. I can't fly out because, I've got to get this vehicle fixed. And so then she would send him money. And then,
What?
yeah. And so
Wow.
so she would send him money. And then the other guy that she was talking to told her, well, I can't fly out there because I don't have money to get on the plane, like to get back. And I guess that literally is one of the most common excuses people use on dating websites, is that, well, I want to come see you, but I don't have money for my ticket. And so people instantly send them money. And so she, no lie, this is honest truth. She literally at least gave up a good $4,000 within these two
Wow.
men. And it was such a bummer because she's so sweet. I think she's beautiful and just deserved to have a soulmate. But it's hard, sometimes we get gullible, right? Is that the right word for it? Or
Mhm.
yeah, and we just,
Naive.
we want to find love, and it's hard. So probably with that, you have to just be careful. I mean,
Oh
dating
yeah.
websites are scary. I mean, and usually the younger crowds, you go to clubs and stuff like that. I mean, now with this pandemic, I mean,
Yeah.
clubbing was kind of out, but I mean, and that's kind of a bummer because I liked going. It's fun, even though my son, if I start dancing, my son freaks out. He like walks away. He's like, "Oh my god, my mom's at it again." But yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know what I would do. Like if I lost my husband or I had to like start dating again. Well, I don't think I would date again anyways because it's too freaking stressful and I'm over it. But like not over dating, but like I think I'd just be single for a hell of a long time. But I don't know how I would go about it if I would even get on a dating website because it is kind of scary.
It is, and like the show, 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, I love that
I
show.
know, I love
Oh
that show
my
too.
gosh.
You,
I want to believe like a good portion of it's not scripted, but I know reality TV because we were on Toddlers and Tiaras back in the day, and so I totally get how they edit things to make it like we're really real, so we're not editing anything. This is what you see, but they edit stuff to make it be a certain way. So
Yeah.
but
but it's crazy that show because it's like related to what you're saying that people meet people from other country and they believe the other person and they send them money and
yes,
the person turned out not to be who they say they are or what they look like.
Right.
And
It's
yeah,
scary. It's super scary. So I
crazy.
don't even know what I would do. And I feel like too, like when you go to like nightclubs and stuff like that with your friends, I don't know how often, because like I remember in Temecula when we would go, and I would sit back because we love to people watch, like one of our favorite things to do. I just sit back and watch the crowd, and it's like usually everybody comes with their friends, and you don't really see a whole lot of like intermingling. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. I think more so if it's a club that does have dancing versus just like the bar and everyone's just kind of standing around and stuff like that. But I think it's hard to meet. I don't know. I don't know how people meet people today.
These days. I mean,
My daughter.
Your daughter.
Yeah, she. Oh my gosh, that's all. We're gonna have her on here too at some point, but. She's 23, and when we moved out, it was really hard. I convinced her to move from California to here. So, like, the whole time we were in California, I'm like, no dating, no dating, no dating, because we're moving. And remember, I was like, you cannot get attached to anybody. But, so she came up here, and it was a little hard for her at first to meet people, but she met her boyfriend that she has now on Tinder, right?
Yeah.
And, gosh, oh my gosh, I remember her showing me his picture, and I was like, oh, he doesn't look too psycho. He's
wow,
like,
you said
yeah, I was like, well, he's standing. He apparently really likes trucks, which he does, right?
Right.
And because like on his page, it's like all trucks, and I'm like, okay, cool, And then she didn't like pursue that for like a long, not even know how long, for a while. And then she was talking to someone else, some guy that was in the army or something like that.
I didn't know this.
I don't remember.
Her
I know. I don't remember his name, but he was okay. But and they weren't really like dating; they were just kind of talking because she didn't have any friends out here, and girlfriends are hard to make. Because I've been here almost 2 years, and I still don't have a girlfriend out here. But anyway, so yeah, but now and then I don't know what made her all of a sudden be like, I'm gonna start talking to him, and now I think that's it. I think we see a wedding sometime in the future. Yeah. They're so cute together.
They are
really, really cute. So. Anyways, but yeah, so that was like a super fun topic, and it's so neat. Like, I still am tripping out over the fact that you were not supposed to be there that night.
What?
I mean, it's so
really?
crazy. Your guys' relationship was like so meant to be, because you know me, I'm like super into that kind of stuff. Well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If God doesn't want you there, or doesn't want it to happen, I believe in that, and that's just so cool.
And me too. I mean, I'm sure you know that I'm what do you call it? Hopeless romantic.
Oh gosh, she is. Sometimes she'll be like, oh, well, he should just know. And I'm like, oh no, honey, you need to train he should just know. Like, and it's not like, oh, he has to be so hot or anything. It's just, he should just know how to be romantic.
He should bring like, flowers,
right? I'm like, what? And her bed should have petals on it and a red carpet. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, so like the hopeless romantic that I am, I'm like, oh my God, and I believe in fate.
Right.
I think it's called
fate. Yeah.
Fate. Yeah. F-A-T-E.
Yeah, basically if it's meant to be.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, that's so weird that I was supposed to be at homecoming and then that song came on and I said,
wait,
hey.
So real quick question, going back to that, I have a bad thing about listening. So when you say homecoming, is this like at a high school? I'm so confused. Or is it a college?
What? When I was in college.
Oh, it's for the school, the college.
Yeah, for the college.
The whole time she's telling me the story, I'm like thinking in my head, wait, is this a high school homecoming or is this like
what?
Yeah,
I was in college. I'm a junior.
I know you were in college, but I'm saying, well, I don't know. You could have been like, I'm going to homecoming for the high school down the street. I don't know.
Oh,
you probably said it, and I just wasn't listening.
But like homecoming, though, do people usually have a date? Yeah, right.
I don't know. Yeah, because
I've never been to one.
No, they really, honestly do. You know why? Because like the whole outfit thing. Like, how are you going to go to? I do. I think so. I don't know. I don't even remember my homecoming.
Yeah, so it was just so meant to be. I think also the fact that his phone was dead and he put my phone number in his friend's phone, and I thought it was his friend messaging me. I don't know. I didn't take down his number.
Man, this kid, he's never changed.
Apparently, he reached out to me. I've met so many guys at that exact club.
Wow.
They're all military.
Yeah.
But we just never kept in touch.
That's so cute. Oh, I love it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode,
Yeah,
right?
our
It
first
was-
episode.
I know, and boy, I'll tell you, I learned something I didn't
Oh,
know.
also, I
What?
forgot to mention in one of these episodes, we'll have to get into how I moved to California
Right.
after I graduated.
Yes.
But I
going
had
back.
to lie to my mom.
Oh yes. Well, that's gonna be, I think, the best episode. Is just that's gonna be a few episodes.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like I said there's a cultural difference between the two of us. So for those of you who do not follow or not following us on YouTube and you can't literally see our faces, what country are you actually from?
I was born in China.
Okay, and so you are.
I'm Asian.
You're Asian, yes, and I'm white. Well, actually, I'm half Mexican and half white, so I'm fluent in Spanish. But anyways, so
Not that race really.
no,
matters.
not at all. But then some people will understand why then one of those topics is going to be so important, because there's a lot of people out there that I feel like that are going to relate to that, because there's that culture difference, and then your parents being the age that they are, your mom the age
They're
that she
very
is.
traditional.
Yes, and so we've had so many conversations over it. I feel like we could still talk about it, and and then we'll have conversations about why you guys don't have kids yet.
Yeah.
You guys dragged me all the way away from my home up to here, but anyways, so
That's it for our
Yes,
first episode.
I know it was so much fun, and we really hope that you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any comments that you want to make, we'll take them, whether they're good or bad. No big deal, right?
Yeah.
And
we
if
love feedback.
Yes, definitely. And if you have anything that you would ever love us to talk about, let us know. Email us.
Yeah, email us.
Yeah.
It's just the unapologetic
Duo,
duo
yep.
at AOL.com.
Correct. Right. And then don't forget to follow and subscribe. We're still learning our roles here.
Follow, subscribe, and like our
Yeah.
channels,
Yeah,
on
so-
social media.
Right. So we have Facebook, we have TikTok. Hopefully it doesn't get taken down because we love TikTok, TikTok, don't take it down.
Yeah.
And then Instagram, did you say that?
Instagram.
Yeah. And so Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Are we forgetting anything?
No, that's it for
yeah,
now.
that's it.
And it's all under the handle The Apologetic Duo.
Yes, and apparently there's a lot of other apologetic or
Well,
unapologetic. There's a few
yeah.
others, but
But not our name.
no. So the duo. So the at the beginning and then like duo at the end, because we're a duo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we hope you
So-
love it. We
Yeah.
love you.
Have a great day.
Yes. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.